game list. Like the actual movie game, not adjacent. Saints Row is being remade. Oh, it's a reboot. Wait, but why reboot the first one that was trying to be like the Grand Theft Auto games? What is my top 5 Star Wars games, if you don't mind me asking? Let me think about this. Let's open up. We gotta pull out the paint. Hold up. Star Wars tier list. This is my best tier list ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be the order or not, but Jedi Academy is on there. For sure. It might even be my first one, too. I gotta really think about this, because there's a lot of Star Wars games. There's so many. I actually probably wouldn't put Lego on there at all. Ooh, is that controversial? Am I being controversial right now? Fuck the Lego games. Lego games are for wussies. For peasant gamers. No. But I'm trying to think. Okay, what are like the really, really good ones? This is gonna be a fucking mega controversial take. Oh, the new Battlefront 2 is actually a good game now. Oh yeah, KOTOR for sure. KOTOR. This game, okay, people will not understand this because they'll probably okay, here's the thing about this one is people don't understand that after all the bullshit that the game went through and how bad it was with the microtransactions and how everyone hated the game and made all their rage views off of YouTube. Holy shit. Did this game get really good like 2 years later? And I started playing it again like a couple years ago or like a year and a half ago. And it was just so fun to play. It was like the best multiplayer Star Wars experience I'd had in such a long time. Once they removed the pay to win, it became good. Yeah, I agree. Greg, thanks for the 100 bits. Now this is content, yippee. Thank you.
OG Dark Forces. We need more Star Wars games that
Dark
don't involve
Forces.
Jedi or Force powers.
I don't like any of those games. Who's playing the Star Wars game to be like the stormtrooper guy, storm pooper running around? Yeah, you guys want me to legitimately put like God, like, well, okay, because there's gonna be a select people who will hate me for not putting any of the Rogue Squadron games on the list, but I don't like spaceship games. I don't like games. Well, I don't like games where like I don't like shmup games. I was talking about this yesterday. I was literally talking about this yesterday. I don't really like shmup games that much, and the Rogue One games or whatever, the ones that are where you're playing as like the starships. Fallen Order was pretty good. The RTS was pretty good too. I remember actually really liking the RTS. Fallen Order is the new one, right? Where you play as the ginger guy. Cupcake, thanks for the 250 schmeckly bits. Appreciate it. Tier list? More like a tier list. I get it, because you're upset with me. That's hilarious. These are some spicy. Yeah, I told you guys you probably wouldn't like my list of this for top 5. Oh, this is getting hard though now, because now I gotta really think about this. These are definitely up there for sure. Let me see what Star Wars games I have on here. Knights of the Old Republic, Force Unleashed. I remember liking the original Force Unleashed, but it's not that good compared to like Academy. Republic Commando. Republic Commando. I feel like this might be an overrated game. if I played this right now, like I installed this game right now and we played through it, I don't think we would have as good of a time as I would maybe remember. I think it's a nostalgia bait one. I still have this open too, by the way. Does it hold up? I don't know. I haven't played it since it came out, so I don't have a lot of memories of it. Episode 1 Racer, Jeff, please. The racing games are pretty fun. Can I get a yippee? Star Wars Bounty Hunter is free. I never actually played Bounty Hunter, but I bought it. I think I bought it. Oh man, I have it. I found it. Apparently this game is actually not bad. The PS2 Bounty Hunter game. Apparently it's not that bad. Do you like the old Battlefront 2? Yeah, the old Battlefront 2. I'm not gonna put 2 Battlefronts on the top 5 though. I would argue that the new Battlefront 2 is significantly better in almost every way except for maybe like 2. I have the same opinion about new Battlefront as I do with new Smash Brothers games. Unless you're talking about Melee, pretty much every single new Smash Brothers game was like the best Smash Brothers game. Play the Bounty Hunter game. I might be able to do some PS2 games pretty soon. The Star Wars-a-thon. The original Battlefront 2 original is so good. It doesn't really hold up that well in my eyes because of the new one now, except for the conquest mode. The conquest mode in the original is so fun. It just basically elongates everything into this like super cool, long drawn out RTS battle thing. But the game itself is just very dated. What about Fallen Order though? I'm thinking about putting Fallen Order on there because I did like the game quite a bit. But there's just so many Star Wars games. I might go to Google. Should we Google this up and just like look through the Star Wars games? Let's see. Let me close all this bullshit first. Google Star Wars video games list. Let's see, because I'm probably missing some here. Oh, the MMO is actually really good too. The MMO. Oh, I want to put Star Wars Galaxies on the list so bad that I'm going to do it right now, and this is going to be another controversial take because it doesn't even exist anymore. Galaxies. I'm gonna specify this what'd they call that fucking patch, dude? It was like pre-WoW patch is what I'll call it. Pre-WoW patch. This game was fucking awesome. This game was so fun. I wish that this game still existed now. I would play it. Also, the servers are alive? No, they're not. They shut this shit down so long ago. Unless they brought it back for like nostalgia. Galaxies was good and then it just got worse. Yeah, I think they just kind of gave up because I have so many stories.
In classic on private servers.
Oh, private servers, sure. The problem is I think you need an official copy of the game, and I definitely loaned it to a friend, and he has it now. So I'd have to buy another copy of the game that actually still has the serial code, or someone from like chat would have to give it to me or something so that I could actually have an official, because I'm pretty sure they check your serial. They like, you still need an official serial to even play on a private server. I don't know what like the checks are, but they still have that for some reason. It's really weird. But it's totally a thing. Or at least the last time I tried to sign up for the private server, which was probably like because I wanted to make a video. I remember this actually now. This is bringing back memories. Just putting this on the list is bringing back so many memories for me. But I was gonna make a video about Star Wars Galaxies on the private servers and just talk about how the game was and what they changed and how it was like terrible after they made all these changes. And I thought it would be like a fun video to make. It would take me a while to make it, but it'd be a video that I would have worked on over the course of probably like 5 or 6 months or something like that. You played last year and they don't require a CD key? Nice. I would check that out again. But Because like the way the game used to work was just so cool. Also, can we just talk about how games like World of Warcraft and stuff like that, they just don't even have like player housing, and Star Wars Galaxies had fucking player towns where you had like a mayor and like someone was running like a whole town out in the middle of the Tatooine desert, and it had like a terminal that would give people side quests. And you could make these absurd classes. You could just be like a class that you could just be a dancer and buff people, and so they get more XP and they do a little bit more damage, and all you do is socialize in bars and stuff like that. That could be your class. I think I was like and you could choose the way the classes worked is they had like, I think like 12 classes, but that were separated, and you could combine 2 of them. So you could be like a commando and like a monster trainer, or you could be a dancer and like a doctor. And I was like a doctor sniper for a while, and it was just all skill trees. Yeah, it was super cool. And then they made it terrible because after the WoW patch, or like the combat patch, I think it was called the combat enhancement patch, which is like the CEP or something. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but after that patch, they basically showed you a new screen, and right in the center of the screen was you could just be Jedi, which doesn't make any sense canonically at the time period. It just like destroyed the game. Phantom Menace was a good game, bad movie. You think the Phantom Menace game was good? I don't think it's worthy of the top 5. I'm sorry. I mean, I made a video on it. I shit on it basically nonstop. Do the tier list sprinkles posted. But I like MS Paint. Oh, man. Now we gotta start over. I don't know what half these are. We're gonna put the Angry Birds ones in D tier immediately. Don't even have to think about it. Just send it. Don't think about it. Just send it. Monopoly, D tier. Just send that. Yeah, anything on the Game Boy Advance, yeah, we're gonna send those to the D tier. Don't even have to think about it. We gotta narrow this down a little bit because there's a lot of games here, and I haven't played all of them. Boo, MS Paint is better. I know, this is like an actual tier list, and I was just making like a top 5. Where would I put in the S tier though? Academy. Oh, wait, that's Outcast? Academy. Up here. Outcast is probably A. For sure. For sure, Z's. At least. This might even still be S, if I was being honest. You like my top 5 though? Here, let me finish my top 5. I'm really trying to think about what my 5th one would be, though. I'm trying to think of what Star Wars game I played the most. It honestly is these 2 games, though, I think. And probably a close third would be this. So these are in order, almost, of how much I played them. I definitely played this a lot more, but it's definitely not the best Star Wars game. Star Wars Connect. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. That aged well. Dark Forces. Let me look at this tier list just to see like what games are on here though. This is the N64 game. Because I would probably put Fallen Order over even the first Star Wars Force Unleashed. But the cool thing about the first Star Wars Force Unleashed game, honestly, was that it was canonical at the time. It was canonical, and that was like a big deal. I mean, it's definitely not going to be one of the Super Nintendo games in my top 5. Probably not. The diversity in me either wants to put Republic Commando or the RTS game, because the RTS game was actually pretty good. But I do like Dark Souls-y type games, and Fallen Order was pretty good. You still have the SNES Empire Strikes Back. It's fucking... Yeah, those games are tough. Just don't rank the ones that you haven't played. Oh, I already started, though. Oh, should I put them all in D tier? D. This is gonna be a rough tier, guys. This is gonna be a rough tier. Empire at War. Yeah, Rogue Leader. There's so many games. There's so many of them. Why don't we just seal this in with Fallen Order? I think this is... I like RTS games, but the coolest part about the RTS game was setting up battle simulations and just like watching them play out. I didn't enjoy playing it as much as I enjoyed playing this game. So this is probably my top 5 Star Wars games. It's not even like a tier list. It's just like a top 5. Top 5. Empire at War was at least a B tier. Yeah, now we can work on... Okay, so these... I'm honestly pretty sure that I did narrow this down good enough. Like, this actually is probably my top 5 Star Wars games. Tater Tot, hey, thanks so much for the 8 months. Appreciate it. I got so heated on this Galaxies stuff, man. It makes me want to play Galaxies so bad, even though it's like the slowest game ever made. You would swap out New Front for Empire at War, otherwise good list. Have you played Battlefront, though? Recently? I mean, maybe not like super recently, but maybe like a year ago or like a couple years ago. Because once they fixed all the problems, it was actually just like really fun to play. It was just like a fun, chill multiplayer game. You play EVE Online, that sounds like a nightmare. To me. Like, I don't know how I would be able to do that. Play a game like that. I don't think Fallen Order is S tier. Honestly. Oh, this is hard. It might be A, like low A, or really high B. Rank the Connect game? I might come back to that one, to be honest. Where is the Connect game? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Lock it in. Lock it in, baby. S tier. Best Star Wars game. Okay, it's probably... Let's be honest. You know, there's like some fun stuff in this game. But it's like down here somewhere. I don't think it's better than... I mean, it's better than these games, man. Like, have you ever played the Game Boy Advance games? They're terrible. Also, like any of the Atari games, they're really bad too. But we can move them above Angry Birds. just for like the 6 moves. We're talking knack levels of fun. People will hate me if I don't rate Rogue Leader pretty high. But, and I do have to acknowledge that because even though I don't like this genre that much, I can recognize a good series of games when I see them, even though they're not for me. So I'd probably even put that in A tier, like either high B or low A. There's like 4 of those though, right? Okay, Knights. Okay, let's do some really easy ones. Let the hate flow through me. Let's do some super easy ones. Like we can easily put Knights of the Old Republic in S tier. That's super duper easy. I would even put... Let's see, where is it? Jedi Power Battles. Jedi Arena? This is like such a simple game. I'm just gonna throw that in D tier. This is just like... Is it unfair to throw these in D because they're just like one of the... They're literally like some of the first games that have ever been created for Atari systems and shit? What is this... Star Wars, this game right here, the Star Wars, the New Droid Army, I've actually played this before. Let me, hold up. I wonder if there's gameplay of it. Star Wars, the New Droid Army GBA. Oh my god, there's actually gameplay. Wait, Team 4-star.
Restart my.
It's so fucking bad. Like, it's just so bad. Old games get a pass? This doesn't even look like Anakin. This looks like almost just like some generic dude with like maybe a light. I mean, at least the sound effects are there. Pass it straight to D tier. I know, that's why I put it in D. I remember my nephew had that game and he was addicted to his Game Boy Advance whenever he would visit. And he would like show me all the games. We were both into video games. So we'd always be playing video games together whenever he would hang out. And he was playing this game like nonstop one trip when he was over. And I was just like, this game's dog shit. Like, this game sucks. You'd play that game? Oh my God. You're just saying that. Yo, Dr. Monstay, thanks so much for the Prime. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Oh man, did you guys ever play this? Oh man, let's move this up to A. This is an easy A. Just kidding. I changed my mind actually. This is probably a B. I changed my mind because I'm thinking about it and I have to account for how bad the game got, and it got super bad, which is why they closed the game down. It was also at the time WoW got super popular though. Rank all the handheld games? Okay, where are they all at? Let's see. D. Let's just throw the D. D. Where do I throw all the D's? Game Boy Color, D. Wait, Star Wars, Obi-Wan. I haven't played most of these, but anything that's on Game Boy is not very good. Like, let's be honest. Games back then on Game Boy and stuff, maybe, okay, well, that's not true. Some games are good on the handhelds. Most Star Wars games are probably not good on handhelds. But they're probably better than Angry Birds, so we'll just move Angry Birds to the bottom. Just out of spite. Just out of like raw hatred for Angry Birds sequels that just incorporate any kind of other thing besides their own IP. You like crusty GBA games? Let's throw that, let's just to be safe, we'll do that too. I remember liking, okay, where's the regular Force Unleashed? Because we're gonna run out of games I've actually played. Is there like an NA? There should actually be a category under D that's basically didn't play. I did play this though. The MMO. The new MMO. The new MMO was pretty good. You can add one? Okay, how do I've never done a tier list before, so. Hold up, how do I add one? Delete row, oh, add a row below. We're gonna call it, oh, just add a, okay, there we go. And then I can edit that one. Let's make this a different color and just call it NA didn't play. Sure, didn't play. Where's the accept? Enter. Okay, cool. Didn't. Let's put all of the, where the fuck it went back? No. Didn't play. Didn't play. Didn't play. Didn't play. Didn't play. I did play this one. It actually is D. Didn't play Star Wars Monopoly, but nobody likes Monopoly, right? Droid Works was pretty good if I remember. I would have put that in like C. Was this, wait. Am I thinking of the right game? Was Droid Works the RTS game? Game Grumps like Monopoly. Monopoly is only fun if you're winning, dude. Otherwise, it's like the most stressful game ever. Because you're constantly going to auction, like auctioning off all your bullshit. Because at that point in the game, there's like 2 people who own half of the shit. Yeah, there was like one droid game that was super cool. I might be able to get rid of a lot of this stuff. I did play Rogue Squadron. Never played Starfighter, I don't think. I did play Empire at War. I'm gonna try to, okay, I never played any of the Clone Wars games. Oh, I have played Yoda Stories, actually. Never played this. I don't think. I have played all those. I haven't played this. Wait. Oh, no, I played this. This is Star Wars chess. Put it back. Put it back. Rebel Assault. I don't think I played that. None of the Starfighter games. Put those in there. That probably. I didn't play the new one either. Super Bombad Racing. I played that, baby. I always wanted to play Obi-Wan. I've always wanted to play Obi-Wan. I was so jealous at the time. So jealous of the people who had Xboxes and could play the Obi-Wan game, even though I heard it was dog shit. I was like, but you can play as Obi-Wan. What about Jar 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 Jar? Yeah, so true. So true. I think I played Rebel Strike. I didn't play this one, I don't think. Galactic Battlegrounds. Yeah, like most of the TIE Fighter games, didn't play a lot of those. Just don't care. What is this one? The Darth Vader. What is this? What is this game? What is this Vader game? You played the Episode 3 game? I did play that. I have played Episode Racers. I haven't played this. Phantom Menace, I played that. Vader Immortal is a VR game? VR game. Is this like a new game then? Complete playthrough. 41 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this like tech demo thing that they made. It kind of didn't seem like a real game. But I guess it is. Dude, I'm spoiling. Spoilers. Spoilers. Okay. I haven't played it. I don't have VR. TIE Fighter Rebel Assault. I actually own some of these TIE Fighter Rebel Assault games, though. I'm pretty sure I have some of these games. I just haven't played them because I couldn't get them to work. These are the type of games when you had them on PC where if your PC wasn't like the exact specifications, like the game would not run. Battle Naboo? Okay, I've eliminated like half of it now. Which one's the new one? I haven't played the new Star Wars one or this one. Okay, I think I've played most of this stuff then. Yeah. But not Demolition. Not this, actually. I think all of this I've played. All of these games. At this point. And we already got some of these locked in. You just gotta get them on GOG. Yeah, you could probably run them with DOS emulators now. You missed 2 GBA games you probably didn't play. I did? Oh, yeah. There's one. And I think that's it. Okay. Dark Forces. See, because like everyone's Star Wars power fantasy is generally to be a Jedi, right? So generally when I think of any of the first person shooter ones, even like early Jedi Knight before you have your lightsaber, I don't like it as much as Jedi Academy, because in Jedi Academy, you're just a Jedi right away and you get to just like own people and it's great. But it's still a good game. I'd probably put it in low B for sure. I don't really remember. I remember playing DroidWorks though. Okay, this one can go down here actually. I've played the Atari games actually. Where's like the OG Unleashed? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Can you like move these around? Yeah, you can. You can move them around down here too. Okay, where... I feel like I played a lot of the very first Star Wars Lego game. Because I remember playing with my nephew a lot. So it was one of those games where we sat down and we just like chilled and played the game a lot. So I'd probably put it like low A, maybe. Because this was like the first major Lego game that they actually made. So I was like so surprised that they were doing Lego games, and it actually was pretty good for its time. So I feel pretty comfortable putting that there. Do I like New Front 1? Not as much as New Front 2. I played Battlefront. I played this one like a decent amount, but honestly, the second one is just so much better. And basically it just takes everything from the first one and made it like a billion times better. This game is basically dead. I wouldn't even say it was that good of a game, but it was probably better than Star Wars Connect. I would put it at C. Like it was like okay, but like it doesn't really hold up to a lot of these games. It really doesn't. Like all of these games are so much better than this game. Even though I was excited for that game to come out, it didn't, like the longevity of it, I don't think I even played it that much. The dogfight mode from New Front 1 slaps. Yeah, see, but I'm when I look at Star Wars, Star Wars can be so divisive, I think, in the gaming space because there's like the people who love the TIE fighters and like, you know, all the spaceships, and they love the dogfight. And then there's the people who love third person combat and like becoming heroes and just like slicing up the battlefield. In Battlefront, at least. Running the stream at 360p and it's still skipping and lagging. Thanks, Twitch. Yeah, that's on Twitch. Or on your internet. Unfortunately. You've only played Shadows of the Empire and Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, but both very briefly. You've never played any other Star Wars games besides that? Okay, OG Battlefront. The problem with these Battlefront games, man. Oh, I even played this one. I think this is the PSP one, and it was like okay. Let me just throw this in like C. This is like an easy C, I think. It's probably worse than Connect. I enjoyed. Wait, which one is this then? Oh, this is one of the PSP ones. I don't think I didn't play this one, I don't think. One of these is a PSP one, Renegade Squadron, or these are both PSP ones, and I don't remember which is which. What about the DS Battlefront? Was one of these a DS Battlefront? Is that why? The fact that you don't dogfight in spaceships is gonna make your list really unique. Yeah, I don't like doing the whole spaceship simulation stuff as much as I like just being a Jedi or being like a stormtrooper in Battlefront or something, you know? Like that stuff is really fun. I think that we can very, very easily put the original Battlefront 2 in like A tier. Probably somewhere up here. It's just like really iconic. People love this game. It's so good. It doesn't hold up as well as you might think, which is why I think I'm not putting it in S tier. If you haven't played this game in a really long time, going back to the game is brutal. But this is still a really good game, and this is like the game people talk about as if they're talking about GoldenEye or something like that. They love this game. I played the shit out of this game when it came out. I like it better than Lego Star Wars. But I think I prefer Outcasts or Jedi Knight 2. This is 2, right? I'm pretty sure this is Jedi Knight 2. With Kyle Katarn, baby! Jeff, the PSP ones had a weird control scheme due to the PSP only having one analog stick, and they used lock-on assist. Yeah, I remember playing some of them. I thought the PSP was dope, and I loved Battlefront at the time, so I picked up one of the Battlefront games and played a bunch of it on my PSP. Yeah, it didn't play that well, but it had some fun stuff in it. You could basically only play, if I remember correctly, just with AI, though, which makes the game much worse. Kyle Katarn was so OP. I always hated the parts early on in the Kyle Katarn games where he's just like, I have a gun. I'm like, no, give me the lightsaber. Did it have over Wi-Fi? I can't remember, man. I played so much on my PSP, though. PSP got a lot of hours out of me. A lot of hours. I was mostly playing... I feel like I was playing Grand Theft Auto a lot, though. I was playing a lot of... Did you guys ever play Dissidia? The Final Fantasy, like the Final Fantasy Dissidia games. I played a lot of those games on PSP, and I play a lot of Monster Hunter on PC or on PSP. Monster Hunter Portable Third in particular was pretty amazing. Complete Saga. I mean, I feel like a lot of these Lego games could probably hang out in the same area. Let's do something maybe a little different here. Maybe like Jedi Power Battles or something. Jedi Power Battles wasn't very good. Let's be honest. Okay, wait. Did the Power Battles have... Was there like a campaign? I can't remember. There was like a campaign, right? It was kind of like a beat 'em up. And then, and you would basically just co-op... You'd basically co-op it, but they had a multiplayer battle mode too that was kind of like Power Stone-ish. And I remember having a decent amount of fun with that. Probably better than all of these. And I almost want to move Star Wars Galaxies up to A tier. I think I'm going to. Because I like this game a lot. It's just really annoying how bad it got towards the end. But in its prime, this game was just so fucking good. It was so good. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm doing it. That felt good. The endorphins rise in my brain. So Jedi Power Battles though. Casual beat 'em up fun. There's something to be said about that. I mean, I like it more than the Rogue Leader game, for sure. I like it more than that. I would say that the MMO is really good though too, and it's much better than Power Battles. So I think this is how my B tier is now reordered. I think specifically for me, because it's like I've played this. I've played some of the shooter games, but man, I just can't be bothered most of the time, honestly, if it's just like a personal opinion thing. You remember that awful GBC bootleg Star Wars platformer? Yeah, dude. Oh, those are so bad. Those were awful. Yo, what's up, Wingless? Hey, how's it going? Let's see here. Let's see. Where are we at now? Where are we at? Oh, dude, let's do one of the Super Nintendo ones. Let's just start with the first one. Star Wars, Super Star Wars. God, these games suck. Like, they're like so hard. They're not very good. But they're iconic in terms of like being okay movie games, I guess. Kind of. We were kind of talking about movie games earlier. These games can be fun. They're just really hard. These are like the type of games where you have to memorize where like all the bullshit is, where every enemy is. And only after you've memorized all of that stuff will the game even be remotely fun for you. Because if you're booting up the game for the first time in like 10 years and you look at the game and try to play it, you're gonna die in like 2 seconds probably. Don't try to upsell trash. I'm not saying it's B. I was just hovering in this area. It's definitely B, C, or like high D. So I'm noticing like some stuff that I probably want to change now. I might move this down. I would say, like, honestly, I don't think that this game is very good. Compared to the second one, the first Battlefront game from like when like episode 7 and shit was coming out. I think it was like before episode 7. It just wasn't that good. I would maybe do this. The first, it was just like, yeah, it was just too bare bones. I agree. It was way too bare bones. There just wasn't a lot going on. They didn't have the hero, like they had the hero stuff kind of. I remember playing this with Austin, I think. They had that hero versus mode, but they didn't have the more organic modes from the original Battlefront 2. And they didn't really have a very longevity like base system for the game, which made it die like super fast. You gotta move connect. C tier is looking kind of bad. Shouldn't C tier not look amazing though? Like, doesn't Star Wars Connect feel like a C tier game? I forget all the mini games in the Connect though. Dude, if you were playing the Rancor game, that game was dope because you just looked like a fucking idiot, just like stomping around. Wait. Star Wars Connect mini games. What were all the games in it? Star Wars Connect video review. Okay, we can skim through this.
Banking its success on enticing fans.
Dismiss and also turn that down because I'm gonna get DMCA'd. There's the freaking dancing game. Yeah. We all know about the dancing game. Duels of Fate, was that? Oh god, yeah, this was fucking awful. I remember this because I was working at Fry's at the time. And we actually had to like play the games in front of people. Yeah, these were all pretty bad. Oh, except for this one. This one, we did get a lot of playtime out of this one, but you're on rails the whole time. I forgot about the pod racing one, to be honest.
The lightsaber duels are painfully slow and dragged out, and also have input recognition issues. Controlling a Rancor is silly.
The Rancor, I remember playing this game. So just imagine me in like a white button-up shirt and a tie with like a vest on. And like black, like I was dressed up nice because that's how you had to dress at Fry's. And then I'm acting like a fucking Rancor, like in front of people. They're just like, yeah, I'd like to buy a video game. Hold on a second. I am crushing all these buildings. Like, because they were like, you have to play the game like every hour for like 15 to 20 minutes, basically. So everyone was always playing the Rancor game, the pod racing game, and the dancing game, of course. I probably heard the Han Solo song like 1,000 times. You know what? A tier. Oh god, it's low C or high D though. It's gotta be. The games just don't hold up that well. I remember the Kinect not even working super well with it either. Like it would always take forever to register all your inputs. I'll probably it's a novel game though. It's not just like a bad game. It's kind of just like a funny game. Do you guys think the memes account for nothing? I think that boosts it from a D up to a C at least. To like low C. Star Wars chess? Just chess. Do you like chess? I like chess. And it's got Star Wars chess though. Back in the day, it was pretty cool because they would have like specific animations. Let's see if we can find the kill animations. Star Wars chess. Death scenes, yes! Wait. Yeah. Death scenes. No. Dude, did he just like zap him in the ass, dude? He's zapping him in the ass. I gotta actually just like play something over this because I'm gonna get DMC'd from the music. Dude, this is like, you buy this for the death animations alone, dude. Look at R2-D2 just like yoinking the cell. Dude, he killed that guy, man. He ripped his saber out of his hand and just murders him. Dude, I love these old chess games when they had custom animations, though. R2-D2 just kills everyone. Chewie grabbing a stormtrooper and just like, did he just like not box, he just like wrestling move these guys. He just like jumps on everything. He's like, yeah, cowboy. Oh my god. I want to see, oh my god, C-3PO animations. We got to see some of these. Hold up. The bishops. Is that just Boba Fett? Yeah, C-3PO versus Boba Fett. What happens? Oh, well, is he just die? Oh no, my hand. Does he backhand him with his hand? Oh my god. Did C-3PO just pimp slap a stormtrooper? What even just happened there? Did that guy just trip? I think he just tripped. What? I love how every death animation seems to be like C-3PO fucking up and then somehow killing the person that he was attacking him. That didn't seem like a mess up. Oh, he dropped the gun and shot him in the head. Yeah, C-3PO versus Vader. That would happen. For sure. For sure, that would happen. These are wild. I want to make this even higher now. These are great. I love it. Dude, I want to see what the game, like, I remember. Dude, I totally remember this. This is so good. All right. That makes it even higher, dude. Those are memey as hell. I would maybe put it like mid B. Mid B. Let's do something. Okay, Terrace Kasai is like easy D. Like low D. Well, yeah. Like high D. Low D. It's a bad game. That game is so bad. It's like one of the worst fighting games I've ever played. Honestly. Super Bombad Racing. Interesting. I don't remember this game being that bad. Excuse me. Honestly, like, it was bad, but it was probably better than all of these games. Like, if it's not a high C, it's probably a low B. As a racing game, C-3PO has always been stronger than Vader. He was created by him. Oh my god, so true. Need Jar Jar dying? That game was way too early. That was way too early of a game to be. This is like way back in the day. That was probably like early 90s. So like way before episode 1. Have you ever played the Street Fighter movie game? I actually said that already, Kirby. Yeah, I have. And it's terrible. It's probably the worst Street Fighter game. It was way before Jar Jar, though. Let's see here. I think the RTS games, we could probably put these at like the same spot. I think that they're actually probably like low A. If you like RTS games, you can't go wrong with the Empire at War games. Those are probably like the standard RTS games for their time. And not a lot of people were coming out with RTS games back then. So it was cool to see an RTS game that was actually pretty good and had Star Wars on it. I thought they were pretty good. I didn't play these too much. My favorite RTS is probably Warcraft 3, so I probably was playing Warcraft 3 back then. Because when these games came out, I want to say like 2006, 7, or something like that. StarCraft 2 came out after these games, I think, right? When did StarCraft 2 come out? That was like right around the time I was starting YouTube, I think. So like 10 years ago. Dude, they really just like, man, Blizzard needs to just make RTS games again, man. I think we were all playing a lot of Warcraft 3. If you were into RTS games at all, Warcraft 3 was just like where it was at. Because it had so much longevity. You could play Dota. Like, that's where Dota started. There was a ton of tower defense games on there. I mean, the game itself was just really good too. But in terms of just like raw RTS Star Wars, these were good. These were good games. And you could set up those, I believe you could set up basically like a conquest mode, kind of like how Battlefront 2 was. The original. Dark Forces, man, this is such an old game. I don't even know where to place this because I didn't play a lot of it and I could barely get it to run on my old DOS computer. So I don't even really remember it that much, but I remember liking it more than a lot of these games. Like, it's just like a old shooter game. At least we have to play Overwatch 2, or at least we have Overwatch 2 to play. So true, actually. I'd probably put it down here with the other Jedi Knight. Like, it's not a terrible game. It's just like a really old game. I almost want to like clump all the Star Wars like Lego games together. Yeah, it was like Star Wars Doom. Yeah, that's actually a very fair comparison, I would say. It was a very old school first person shooter. So it had all that rust around the edges, you know, like it was an old game. We were talking about this earlier. Let's do episode 3. Star Wars episode 3 was actually a really good movie game. It's probably one of the better movie games that has ever come out. It was very true to the movie and also had a really fun fighting game mode. Like the fighting game mode in this game made it really fun. And just because of personal preference, I would probably put it above the RTS games just because I enjoy these style of games more than I enjoy RTS. So I'd probably put it around here or just like really high B because it's not like an amazing game. It was just kind of like a fun game to play with your friends. Actually, now I'm thinking maybe it goes here. I think this actually looks pretty good to me right here. Like above all the kind of random stuff because it was just good enough. It wasn't that bad. But I would say the MMO is really good in comparison. Like the leap from here to these games, like the quality is going up so much. Like all of these games like below this are pretty like bad. By today's standards, I would say. Not like bad, just old, getting really old, a little too old. You played it with your buddies. It's great couch co-op. Yeah, I played this episode 3 Revenge of the Sith game. I played this a lot with my friends actually. In particular, I played it a lot with my buddy Trevor. We would always hang out and play this game. This game was like the game we would play for like a month or two, at least. Around the time the movie was coming out too, so we were just like super into Star Wars at the time. DroidWorks was your jam? I don't remember playing a lot of DroidWorks. Maybe if I looked up what it looked like, it would jog my memory, because I did play it. DroidWorks full game. Oh, dude. Dude, I haven't seen this game in so long. This game was freaking weird. This is like a weird spin-off Star Wars game, man. Really weird. You can beat the game in like 4 hours, apparently. Yeah, because you just made like little custom dudes and then you just play with them. It's almost like Spore before Spore, but with droids. Yeah, dude, I was literally just saying that, Roxas. Yeah. It's like Spore, but with droids. That makes me want to make it higher, honestly. Because I love Spore. Let's move this up. I don't think it's an amazing game still, but I'll move it above Super Bombad Racing. Because I remember Super Bombad Racing being like extremely mediocre at best. Like it was just like another kind of racing game. Like whatever, who cares? Rest in peace, Blorbo. So true. Yoda Stories, dude. Iconic. This was basically... Man, I want to say you could just download this game. Like, you could just play Yoda Stories. But the coolest thing about Yoda Stories, I believe, if I remember correctly, was it was basically a roguelike. It was like one of the original roguelikes. Every time you started a new game, I'm pretty sure it would be different. So you would basically play... like a different version of the game every single time. Which I think is pretty cool for how old it is. Yoda Stories. Lock it in. B! B! It's B, baby! Did you ever play Star Trek Final Unity? No, I didn't play like almost any Star Trek games because I remember playing some Super Nintendo Star Trek games and them being like god awful. Like actually the worst. Man, I want to get through these freaking Lego games. Because I specifically don't really like the Lego games that much. I think the first one is probably the most iconic because it was really cool to see that be a thing. But I get really bored of them. So I would probably put them low B. I don't think they're bad games. but they're very much like the same kind of shit, and they just kind of like copied and pasted it like over and over and over again, and like I just couldn't be bothered. But I don't think they're bad games. I just think that it's kind of like the Lego Star Wars games are like Call of Duty games, man. Like they did like a bunch of different movies too. They did Lord of the Rings, they did Harry Potter, they did Star Wars, they did Indiana Jones. They're pretty much all the same game. Like they're not I wouldn't say they're amazing or bad games by any means. I'm just saying that there was just a lot of copy and pasting going on. I would put the first one higher just because it was a very original idea at the time, and I remember playing it a lot with like my nephew. So I have a lot of good memories of that one. But after this one, they pretty much just copy pasted. You should try the new one. They improved the gameplay quite a bit. Is the new one even on this list? I think I put it here. Is this it right here? No, it's this one. Everyone wants me to play the new one. Like a lot of people want me to play the new one. I don't know why. But every time I play a Lego game, I get like I can only play it for like a couple hours and then I get kind of bored. Because they're just like really big collectathons and very just like so simple that I don't know, I just get bored. They're just so simple. I mean, because they're made for kids. You have the new one, you got bored after a couple hours. Like I feel like I'd be in the same boat. Like, I genuinely feel like I'd be in the same boat. I don't think that any of the Star Wars Lego games, like any of the Lego games in general, based on the movie franchise, I don't think any of them are bad. I just think that they're very much the same game with a different coat of paint. And if you like those kind of games, then you like those games. Or if you have like fond memories of those games, then you like those games. Like, I think that's kind of fair. Yeah, also, like, after, like, playing the first, like, two, I want to say I didn't really couch co-op them anymore, and then I would just play them by myself, and I'm just like, why am I playing this by myself? Like, these games are meant to be couch co-oped, I feel like. I never played this game, actually. Mysteries of the Sith. I never played this one. Now that I'm thinking about it. I never played that one. Let's see here. You could do another Super Nintendo game. Out of all of the Super Nintendo games, I want to say Return of the Jedi is probably the best one. Because you start out being a little bit more powerful than you are in the old games. Like, you have a lightsaber right away. We could probably throw this one around the same spot, too. I don't remember... Like, honestly, this one's, like, the worst one. The original one. I think the original one's the worst one. Because, like, I'd even maybe put this one further down. Like, even in, like, D. Weirdly enough. Like, I think these two are so much better than the first one. The first one's just, like, iconically new at the time. You remember there being a Leapfrog Star Wars game that taught you math? Is that on here? Probably not. I don't think a lot of tier lists probably have Leapfrog related stuff on them. As a 6 or 7 year old, that game is tight AF. Which one? Honestly, it's kind of you feel about the Lego game. Oh, the Lego games just in general? Yeah. Or no, you mean the Leapfrog ones. Sorry. Yeah, the Leapfrog ones. I never played Leapfrog stuff, but I feel like it'd be kind of funny to make a video about Leapfrog games though. But they're pretty hard to collect. I mean, I have that, oh god, what is that console called? The orange one. That's like a kid's console. I still have it. I played a stream like a couple years ago where I was recording games on it. And we got some nightmare fuel out of it a little bit. How you got Star Wars Connect in C and not S tier? Because it's not very good. What do you want? See, chat's either gonna meme this and be like, this is S tier because of the Han Solo memes. Or it's like garbage tier. V-Smile. Yes, that's what it's called. The V-Smile. That's what I was playing. It depends on how much you put into the stock of memes. Because if you love memes, this game is amazing. But if you don't really care and you're just judging it from like a purely gameplay perspective, it's not that good. We almost done. Yeah, we're almost done here. Rebel Strike. Like these Rebel games, Rogue Squadron, Rebel Strike. I don't like the ship games that much. Even though these are good games. I remember a lot of the GameCube Star Wars games being pretty good. I feel pretty comfortable being able to put these like around here somewhere, like high C. Just personal preference. Very much personal preference. And that's literally just, again, I don't really like Starship games. Could take them or leave them. Okay, now we're down to the spicy ones here. This is gonna be tough now. Because where are we gonna put a lot of this shit? Maybe the easiest one to be the N64 Shadows of the Empire game. This game is not that good. It's really not that good, man. The control scheme, just everything about it. The only cool thing is that it was like an N64 game that was Star Wars related, but you don't even... It's like its own story that almost nobody really cared about. And for the time, because it was such a new... I'm pretty sure this was a very early N64 game as well. God, the controls were so bad. Some of the worst controls ever. But it's still probably better than Star Wars Kinect. I would probably put it better than this first Battlefront game too. You know what? I could probably take the first Battlefront game and put it somewhere down here. Like right next to the new first Battlefront as well. Because the first Battlefront, it's better than some of this stuff though. Maybe like here. I maybe put that in high C. The first Battlefront just wasn't that good. Like it was okay. It was like before they released the other. We have all the new Battlefronts now though. The new Battlefronts are so much better than the first Battlefront. The only thing that was kind of cool about this Battlefront was the different maps that they had in this one that just weren't in the sequels. Old Front 1 is better. Yeah, I agree. Old Front 1 definitely better than this one. This one is just like what would be like a good comparison for the new Battlefront 1? It was just like a placeholder. It was a placeholder until something better came along. It was just the newest Star Wars thing at the time that would have been kind of fun to play for a while. And I got like probably like 50 hours out of the game because it's a multiplayer game and you just play it for a while. Yeah, it was definitely a test to see if they could pull like the whole Battlefront stuff off again. And then they did Battlefront 2. Which if we're being honest, Battlefront 2, if we're being completely honest, if the game was still exactly the same as it was upon release, this game would be like D tier very bottom. Because of how predatory the microtransactions and stuff were, it just made the game awful. Like literally every game on this list is just better purely from like a game standpoint because you wouldn't have to pay for privileges in the game. And that would literally make every single game on this list better. But they fixed all those things. They actually fixed all of the issues I had with this game. And this game is actually amazing now. I would put it above Star Wars Battlefront 2, the old one, as like a fun game that is actually fun. That's probably my most controversial like tier. It is a fun game, guys. I'm not like, if you like Star Wars and you like Battlefront, you gotta play this game again because it's so much better than you think it is. They actually fixed almost every issue I had with this game. It's no longer pay to win. They added a bunch of fun heroes. They added a bunch of maps. It's just like a multiplayer shooter game now, but it's just with a Star Wars. It's just with a Star Wars skin. Like it got so much better. And like if you've only watched YouTubers react to the game like right when it first came out, you wouldn't think that the game is good now and you would think it was awful, but it's actually kind of fun now. Like they actually just made the game super fun. And if you like just very simple multiplayer games that don't require like a ton of skill, but you can still have fun, like this is a very good casual multiplayer game. And if you like Star Wars a lot, then it's a really fun casual multiplayer game. Lock it in. That's an A tier for sure. Republic Commando. Interesting. Because I was talking about this earlier before we even started talking about the tier list, I think. Before I pulled up the top 5 Star Wars. Before I pulled up the top 5 Star Wars, my top 5. And everyone wanted me to put Republic Commando on the list, but I have a feeling it didn't age as well as you guys think it did. But I still think it's probably one of the better Star Wars games, which is weird. Like, I'd feel super comfortable putting it around here. Or maybe even like low A. If I put it in low A though, I feel like this game's better than that. Like, I feel like Fallen Order is better than Republic Commando. So maybe I moved Fallen Order up to the A. And just like, these are some solid Star Wars games. The only way to find out is to replay the game. I don't even think the game's that long. I feel pretty okay with this. This makes me sad though now. Because I feel like this game's pretty good, but the problem is it went free to play, and they have all these restrictions on the game that basically make it like, they say it's free to play, but it's not really free to play, because it's like every free to play MMO where if you're not paying a little bit of money, you are basically Omega owned. I'm not hating on, this is not hating on Republic Commando. I still said it was a good game and I put it in low A right now. You want me to put it down here? It's worse than New Droid Army. How about that? How's that make you feel? The Super Nintendo games are better than Republic Commando. Right there. What if I did that? I don't agree with that. I'm just doing it like as a meme, but because like honestly, it would depend on if I replay the game and it goes well or not. Because if I replay the game and it does hold up, I do think it could be low A. If it doesn't hold up though, I think it would be over here. I think it'd be a top C. If I don't think the game holds up, this is where I'd put it. If I thought it had held up, I think it would be. If I think the game is still good, then I think it's right here. Because I do remember enjoying the game when it first came out. Old Republic's free to play limited, so hard. Oh yeah, the limitations on Old Republic as a free to play MMO are just rough. I played it, the free to play version of it, because I bought the game when it first came out, and I played it with Kiet. And we were playing this game nonstop for a while, and then it just kind of fell off because it's kind of a WoW clone, but with like more story stuff going on. Like it had a better story stuff going on than World of Warcraft at the time, but it was still like a WoW clone, but with Star Wars. And then we fell off for a while. I came back because I think it was like JonTron. He was like, dude, we're playing Old Republic. I'm like, fine, I'll fucking download Old Republic again. This is back when him and I used to play games all the time. And so I downloaded the free-to-play version of Old Republic. And oh my god, the limitations are just kind of nuts. You basically can only have so much gold in your inventory. And it's like not even that much gold. Or like credits or whatever. Like, so you're limited by like the credits. I think you're limited by how many times you can go into like a dungeon per day. Or like how... like just how much experience you can actually get on any given day. Yeah, you can only get 1 million credits, which at the time the ecosystem of money was just so inflated that 1 million was basically nothing. Old Republic storytelling was the best part. I'm also a sucker for create your own character game that does the character stuff well. Yeah, like that's why Old Republic was super fun. I enjoyed being like a tank Jedi, like a Sith Jedi, no, well, like a Sith. I guess Sith Jedi is kind of contradictory, but like a Sith tank guy. That's the character I played for a while, but I would mess around with the other characters too, and it's just a fun game. Nothing like Path of Exile being free until you run out of storage. Oh yeah, the storage mechanics in a lot of these free-to-play games are how they get you, man. But I guess if you've played a game so much that you love the game and you run out of storage, I don't mind dropping like 20 bucks or something like that to to expand my storage and just keep playing the game for free for the most part. Like I'm playing Lost Ark right now and I've put like $60 into that game probably. But I just pay for like the monthly so far, and then I bought the starter pack. But like I consider Lost Ark an MMO, and I think to myself, oh wait, if I'm not paying for like the subscription based stuff for the game, then what am I like? It's an MMO that I used to pay a subscription for WoW all the time, and that's less than that. You made an Imperial agent and went full dark side until the very, very last choice was your only dark side choice, where he decided I'm done and went full ghost agent. That's kind of dope. I don't think I ever finished the story, like the main game story. I think I just got bored. Like MMOs are so rough for me sometimes. I always get to that part of the game where the leveling just starts taking forever and they pad everything out, and you know you're gonna be there for like weeks, just like grinding out like the last few levels of just the last few levels basically. And that's generally where they lose me. Okay, Phantom Menace. Oh, dude, okay, this might be... I don't really like Knights of the Old Republic 2 as much as I liked the first one. I still think it's a pretty good game, though. Would I grade it over... It just depends on what kind of story you like, though. Like, the first Knights of the Old Republic game has a very straightforward story. Knights of the Old Republic 2 is like morally ambiguous. It's like the type of game where you have all these philosophical questions. Nothing is very black and white anymore. They're like, it's all in the gray area. It's all in the gray area. It's not like playing Fable or something like that where it's like clearly you're a bad guy or a good guy. I feel like there's a lot more options in the game that make it like really ambiguous as to what you're doing, which is probably why some people like this one so much more. The disrespect on Star Wars Monopoly, I put it in the didn't play though. I put it in didn't play. Sorry, I didn't play all these ones. I'm not gonna lie. What is Star Wars Monopoly just like so poggers? It's like the best Monopoly game. I'll put it on very high didn't play. How about that? It's number one and didn't play. Does that make you feel better? It's number one and didn't play. All right. Go buy Star Wars Monopoly. I don't feel like that's a good use of my money. Yeah, like, why would I want to play Monopoly? We have so many better board games now. Like, what if we had, like, Star Wars Sorrow of the Seas now? What, like, I would rather play that. You could just be, like, a TIE fighter, and then there'd be, the dragons would be Imperial, destroyers. And you'd just be, like, TIE fighters floating in space instead of little ships. Emulate it? Emulate Star Wars Monopoly? Star Wars Clue. Star Wars The Phantom Menace, the video game. I played the shit out of this game. I actually made a video on this game. Because I loved it and hated it so much at the same time. I played it so much. It was not like bad until it was. Like, there's cool moments in the game, but it's not a very good game. I would probably put it like up here, or I was thinking up here, or maybe like right here, maybe, because it's more unique than the Lego games that got copied and pasted. But it's not a good game though. It's really not. It didn't age that well either. It's probably better than, or it's probably not as good. Maybe like actually around here somewhere would be a little bit better. DroidWorks, I feel like, gets a little bit of a boost because of how unique it was. Like, I might put that like up here somewhere. This game's very unique. It's not like a mainline thing at all. It's like a side hustle game that they just did, but was actually kind of cool. You're not surprised, TBH? I wonder if it's actually good, though. For what? Oh, Star Wars D&D. Tabletop RPG. I remember seeing the books there, or wait, was there books like DM guides for Star Wars version of D&D, right? I remember like reading some stuff about it, but it sounded like it'd be fun to play, but I mean, it's just D&D. Maybe Pod Racer N64. Here we go. Everyone wanted to see where I would put Star Wars Pod Racing. I feel like I don't have enough S tiers now. Like, this is getting pretty stacked. And I might move some stuff around. Maybe like... maybe like down here somewhere? This game was pretty iconic, to be honest. I think everyone forgets. I'm just gonna place it right here. This is not where it's going. I'm just gonna place it right here while I talk. I think everyone forgets that everything past like the first 2 levels in this game was like extremely difficult. And also, everyone always just picked Anakin and played the Tatooine level over and over and over again. I feel like that's what everyone did. How many people in the chat actually played Episode 1 Racer and beat the game? Because I think it's less than you think. Dreamer, hey, thanks so much for the 15 months. Can I get a yippee? Oh, yeah. You replayed it on Switch for a little bit? I'm not sure if it's possible to beat, but I sure did try. The game gets ridiculously hard. The AI just is nutso. I feel like, I mean, obviously now, like, I'm talking more about when we were kids, when the game was new, how many of us beat the game? Probably not too many of us. Nowadays, it'd probably be, like, pretty good to, like, pretty easy to beat. Maybe not easy, but, I think it has to do with the upgrade system and stuff, though. Because it's like, what do I upgrade? Because wouldn't you'd buy new parts between races, which was pretty cool. But I feel like most people were just living out their fantasies of pod racing on Tatooine with Anakin Skywalker, and would just, I would play the first level over and over and over again. If you have the wrong specs on your pod, you would get trashed. Yeah. Because the first race is super easy. But wasn't there an arcade version of this game too? And there was also a re-release of the game like relatively recently, I want to say. Not like recently, but like 3 years ago. Is the arcade game basically the same game though? Because I remember the arcade. This is not the arcade. Who's this man? I wanted to see like actual gameplay. Who is this man? Star Wars arcade race on easy. Yeah, I remember this a lot too, because I used to play this at the arcade all the time. And then N64 for... I'm assuming most of us are thinking about the N64 one though. That's the one. Then this is the level everyone would play first. The best part about this is when you would bail and you would hear Anakin just like scream. He'd be like, ah, like what, how does he yell again in the game? I mean, this guy's not gonna crash probably because he's doing a long play. You're like, ah, like you just murdered freaking Anakin by crashing into a wall too hard. I feel like it was a unique game for its time. Everyone always shits on episode 1. Episode 2 is way worse than episode 1, and pod racing was one of the reasons that episode 1 was cool. The pod racing scenes to this day still sound so fucking cool, and it's like also, like it's just like one of the best parts of the entire first movie. And there was a game made after it, so I feel like honestly I could probably put it like up here in A. I don't think it's S tier. I think that it's probably around here somewhere. Like, it's a very iconic game. I feel like everyone played this game. Darth Maul was dope as heck. Episode 2 still had Jar Jar. Not barely, though. Barely. Darth Maul is the best Sith. I think that looks pretty good to me. I like that. I'm wondering if I just have like too few games in S tier though now. Because I do think that some of these games might be S tier quality, but I don't know, like Jedi Academy and Knights of the Old Republic to me are just the two best Star Wars games, I think. This game doesn't like hold up as well, but it's also getting a remake soon. It is getting a remake soon. I'm hoping the remake is actually really good. And I hope they go all out on it. You should have a very thin S tier. I know I should have a very thin S tier, but I'm trying to think now, like, would I move some of these up at all? Because, like, I don't know if I would. What do we have here? Okay, we still have the Force Unleashed. Okay, so the coolest thing about Force Unleashed, I think I beat Force Unleashed 2. I don't really remember what happens in 2. Isn't 2, like, he gets, like, cloned and shit. So, he gets cloned, and they keep trying to make him do, like, different things? Or is that the first one? I remember liking the first one quite a bit, though. And I think the coolest thing about this game was that it was canonical for its time. That was the second one? He's a clone in the sequel. Okay. That's what I'm remembering. I didn't like this one as much, though. Like, I don't think Force Unleashed 2 was as good as the first one, even though it's probably mechanically better and you're like dual wielding and whatever and all this stuff. I think this one was just better. And it's definitely in A tier, I want to say. I would probably even put like this one down here somewhere. Like, I would probably put Force Unleashed 2, like maybe in like low B. I didn't like it that much. I really didn't, but it wasn't like terrible. And it's probably better than most of these games. Yeah, and I would say that the Lego games are probably better than Force Unleashed 2. As long as it's not the Wii version. I just think this one's better. And it was very like iconic for the time. I remember watching a lot of YouTube videos at the time of previews of the game, being like super excited the game was coming out. And I probably like it more than Knights of the Old Republic 2. Would I put it above this? Probably. And this. Maybe I'd put it like right there. Honestly. I just remember having, I mean, the only thing that really sucked about this game, I think, was like the platforming shit. I don't remember the platforming stuff being good at all. And towards the end of the game, it was just like completely asinine. Like you were having to do like these like pixel perfect platforming to get some of the secret stuff in the game. And it was some of the most annoying shit ever. And yeah, the QTEs and stuff, but the story was pretty good. And like the effects were really cool. Like the force effects in this game are so fun. You could really feel the weight of like a force push, and the stormtroopers would just fucking ragdoll, and it was so funny. Nothing beats Vader telling the apprentice I liked S tier. I remember the end of the game too gives you like a choice that's basically like, do you want to like become the next, like, couldn't you just kill Vader and become basically the new Vader? It's either that or you die, right? In the first one, yeah. Dude, we did it! You could try, but then a clone kills you. Don't you kill Luke? There's a couple like alternate endings to the game. But I believe there's one canonical ending, and I think it's the ending where you die, because the second one basically becomes like you play a clone, right? So they had your like DNA or something to make a clone of you. The official Hammy Star Wars gaming tier list. Yeah. I'm wondering if I need to switch anything around. Like, I would probably do this a little bit. I'd put that one further down. This is like the last little touch-up. The last little touch-up. Like, that seemed fine to me. And then maybe I'd even do that. Like, move that down, and I'd move Galaxies up a little bit more. Jedi Order, I might even put above the RTS. Just because I prefer this style of game over RTS, just in general. But I feel like that's like some of the last little tweaks I could even do. Just say it's done and move along. I'm having fun. What do you want from me? Why are you trying to tell me what to do? Any other tweaks, actually? I don't think so. I think that looks pretty good to me. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, my S tier picks, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. It's one of the best Star Wars games, honestly. And the modding capabilities of that game is just nutso insane. There's so many cool mods for Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. And you could basically just do like your own scenarios. Was this for shits and giggles? It was just for shits and giggles. Because people were like, well, what is the best Star Wars game? I'm like, I'll tell you. And then I pulled up Paint. And I made my top 5 Star Wars games. And then they're like, now do the tier lists. So, I did a tier list. I've never done... Yeah, Chad derailed me. There's so many more Yeah, look at all these Star Wars games I basically just haven't played. Austin was so mad I didn't play Star Wars Monopoly, but at least I put it at the top. And if I'm being honest, everyone says that game is pretty good too. So I'll put that up there too. You've played like half of them, holy shit? Yeah. I was really into Star Wars growing up. Is that even half? I don't know. Lock it in though. Boom, bang, boom. That is the canonical tier list for Star Wars games. Nobody can disagree with this unless you like the Starship games. Unless you like a lot of these games, like the ones where you play like a TIE Fighter or an X-Wing or any of that stuff. If you're really into those style of games, like the Squadron games and stuff like that, if you love those games, your list would look so much different than mine. Bounty Hunter's a B tier for sure. Unless, dun da da da, let's just put that up there. There you go. There it is. There's the official tier list. No. No! Alright. I'm done. Put this in the trash where it belongs. Bottom tier! Monopoly sucks! Put Angry Birds above Monopoly! In the didn't play. Angry Birds was better than that Monopoly. Monopoly gets its own tier. Oh, that's a good way of doing it, yeah. Wait, add a row below. Monopoly. Just Monopoly. There, put it down there. Monopoly tier. You can't even see it. Monopoly tier. Boom. There we go. I think we perfected it as much as it can be perfected. Now that I think about it. We made Monopoly its own tier. It gets a tier. So good it gets a tier of its own. Yeah. There